And we welcome you to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Weststar Energy. This game will feature the visiting team, the Liberal Kansas BJs, versus the home team, the Derby Kansas Twins. Here's the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the Liberal Kansas BJs, leading off and playing center field will be number 14, Shane Serdashny. Batting second, the left fielder, number 41, Tristan Stacy. Batting third and playing right field will be number 9, Connor Emmett. Batting fourth and playing first base will be number 18, Cade Ward. Batting fifth and DHing will be number 39, Cade Brewer. Batting sixth and playing second base will be number 6, Brandon Holdren. Batting seventh and catching will be number 20, Trevor Beard. Batting eighth and playing third base will be number 2, Jordan Williams. Batting ninth and playing shortstop will be number 12, Aiden Shepardson. And pitching for the Liberal will be number 21, Riley Bost. Now here's the starting lineup for the home team, the Derby Kansas Twins. Leading off and playing center field will be number 11, Dorian Jenkins. Batting second, the left fielder, number 5, Jarrett Coyne. Batting third and playing first base will be number 7, Justin Bundy. Batting fourth and DHing number 25, Colton Whitehouse. Batting fifth and playing right field will be number 35, Brett Gonzalez. Batting sixth and playing shortstop will be number 3, Ryan McNally. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 15, Mitchell Austin. Batting eighth and catching number 22, Quentin Albrecht. Batting ninth and playing second base will be number 16, Thomas Green. And pitching will be number 28, Jake Hammond. Hammond on the mound for the Twins. The Twins are coached by head coach Bill Shaw, assisted by Dalton Parks and Stephen Edwards. The Liberal Kansas BJs head coach is Eric Olmstead, assisted by Lane Hovde and Austin King. Our umpires for today's game at home plate will be Jake Botek, first base Mark Huseman, and at third base Mike Lentz. We're about ready to get underway. Once again, we welcome you to this game between the Liberal Kansas BJs and the Derby Kansas Twins. This is Frank Martinez, and I will be your play-by-play announcer for today's game. Leading off for Liberal will be the center fielder number 14, Shane Serdashny. Once again, Jake Hammond on the mound. He's appeared in 2 games, has started 1. He has gone 5 innings, given up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 base on balls, 5 strikeouts. And it comes in with a 3.60 ERA. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Serdashny. For Liberal. Serdashny has appeared in 1 game, has been up to the plate 3 times where he is 1 for 3. Had 1 run scored, hit by pitch once, and a strikeout. Also has 2 stolen bases. That one is fouled off by Serdashny. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Serdashny is from the Woodlands, Texas. He's a 6'1", 185-pounder from UTSA, where he's a freshman. Swing and a miss there by Serdashny. So Hammond records his first strikeout of the game. That will bring up the left fielder, number 41, Tristan Stacy. And this is Stacy's first appearance here in the World Series, as this is only the 2nd game for the Liberal BJs. Here's Hammond's pitch, missing outside for ball 1. The Liberal BJs and the Derby Twins are both in Pool D. They are both 0-1. Liberal lost to the San Diego Stars 4-1. That ball hit up the middle, shortstop. McNally goes to first, but not going to be in time, so Stacy will record his first hit of the game and the first hit here in the World Series. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 9, Connor Emmett. This is Emmett's second ball game here in the World Series. He was 1 for 4 in the first game, as he has a .250 average. Now, first pitch from Hammett to Emmett is ball 1. Emmett is from Grapevine, Texas. Swing and a miss there by Emmett. He's a 6'2", 200-pounder from Weatherford College, where he's a sophomore. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Connor Emmett. There goes Stacy to second base, not going to be in time. And he slid off the bag, and a great job there by the shortstop for Derby, Ryan McNally, as he stayed with the tag. So we have 2 down now. And 2-6 play. Ball hit to the right side is going to be foul. So that will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As I was saying, that both these two teams are in the D pool. They both lost their first game. That one missing high. Derby lost to Lone Star Baseball Club by the score of 3-1. And Liberal lost to the San Diego Stars by the score of 4-1. Of course, the Liberal BJs are from the Kansas Collegiate Baseball League. That ball hit into center field, short center field. The McNally backs up, makes the catch for out number 3. You listen to the live stream from courtesy of Park City, Kansas. Visit their website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Stiles, General Manager of Wichita Burner, right here in beautiful downtown Wichita. I know how important it is to be on a winning team. My winning team of Jim Myers, Ashley Jansen, and Jeff Markowitz are here every day to provide you with the best customer service for your boiler and burner needs. On behalf of our team, we want to wish you and your team the best of luck at this year's 85th Annual NBC World Series. And welcome to Wichita.
And we welcome you back here to X Stadium as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. For the Derby Twins, leading off will be the center fielder, number 11, Dorian Jenkins. And pitching for Liberal will be number 21, Riley Bost. He has not pitched here in the World Series. And we're ready to go here. Riley Bost on the mound. First pitch for ball 1. That one missing for ball 2, so the count goes to 2 balls, no strikes to Dorian Jenkins. So we are in the bottom half of the first inning. And no score. 3-0 now the count to Dorian Jenkins. And that one is ball 4, so Jenkins will be on board as Boss is having a hard time finding the home plate. That will bring up the left fielder number 5, Jarrett Coyne. Coyne comes in batting .217. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. And we have a runner at first base with no outs. That missing for ball 2. So 6 straight balls by Bost here to start off the ball game. Beautiful day here in Wichita, as it is 85 degrees here at game time. Mostly cloudy. Highs to be 88 degrees here today. We have no chance of rain, but it is 58% humidity, and the winds are 6 miles an hour out of these. There's a bunt laid down by Coyne, and Boss will make the play as they both run into each other. So there's going to be 1 out. A sacrifice there by Coyne. And Jenkins will move to second base on the play. It's going to bring up the first baseman, number 7, Justin Bundy. So Bundy will be up. There's a hard hit ball. It's going to be a base hit into right field. Coming around third base is Jenkins. Here comes the throw, but cut off by the first baseman. So a base hit by Bundy and an RBI will give the Derby Twins the lead at 1-0 now. That will bring up the designated hitter, number 25, Colton Whitehouse. Whitehouse comes in. There's a swing and a miss there by Whitehouse. As we are in the bottom half of the first inning, 1-0 now for Derby. That one missing for ball 1, so the count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bost having a hard time finding that strike zone as he goes to 2 balls and 1 strike now. Once again, we have a runner at first base with 1 down. That one hit to the second baseman. Second baseman Holdren has only 1 play, and that's going to first base for the out as Bundy moves to second base on the play. So a 4-3 put out for out number 2. Now batting will be the right fielder, number 35, Brett Gonzalez. Gonzalez is from Rolla, Missouri. He's a 6 foot, 195 pounders, where he's a sophomore out of Southeast Missouri. So he's up there with the runner at second base and 2 down now here in the bottom half of the first. First pitch is called strike one to Gonzalez. Defensively for Liberal. First base is Ward. Holdren at second. Shepherdson at short, and Williams at third base. And here's the pitch. A swing and a miss there by Gonzalez. And the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. And the outfield for Liberal looks like Stacy in left, Serdashny in center field, and Emmett in right. Catching is Beard. And Riley Bost is your pitcher. There's a swing and a miss there by Gonzalez. He goes down, but at the end of 1 inning play, it's the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal BJ 0. And you're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
What do you see? I see my daughter, a strong and independent woman, a skilled expert, living her life, and an inspiration to others. What do you see?
And we welcome you back here to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Westar Energy. As we go to the top half of the second inning, the score is the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal Kansas BJs 0. Leading off for the BJs will be number 1. First baseman, number 18, Cade Ward. Cade Ward went 1 for 4 in the first ball game as he's batting .250. Had 2 strikeouts. First pitch was a strike there to Ward by Hammond. And here's Hammond's second pitch, missing inside. So that will even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Hard to hit ball into right center field. The right fielder, Gonzalez, comes up, makes the catch for out number 1. And that will bring up the designated hitter, number 39, Cade Brewer. Brewer is from Sherman, Texas, where he's a 6 foot, 185 pounders. He went to Hill College. First pitch is called strike 1 by Hammond. Second one missing outside for ball 1. That will even up the count now at 1 apiece. Once again, as I was saying, that the Liberal and Derby are both out of Pool D. Derby is 0-1. Liberal is also 0-1. Lone Star Baseball Club 1-0, and the San Diego, California Stars is 1-0. There's a strikeout to Brewer for out number 2. It's going to bring up the second baseman, number 6, Brandon Holdren. Holdren is 1 out of 4 in the series, and there's another base hit by Holdren as he drills that one out into right field. So a base hit by Holden his first time up. That will bring up the catcher number 20, Trevor Beard. And Beard did not play in the first game. Beard is from San Clemente, California, where he's a 6-foot, 205-pounders. He's a junior out of Texas A&M Community College. Second pitch to Beard is ball, so that will take the count down to 2 balls and no strikes. As we are in the top half of the second inning, the score 1-0 in favor of Derby. There's called strike one as Hammond hits the outside corner. So the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-handed batter, Beard, ready for the pitch, missing high for ball 3. 3-1 now the count. As Holden is standing at first base as he just got a base hit. We do have 2 down here in the top half of the second inning. Here's Hammond's pitch. That one hitting the outside corner at 88 miles an hour. So that will take the count to full now at 3-2. And now with Holden at first base and 2 down, he'll be taken off on the pitch. That one is fouled off to the right-hand side, will be out of play. So the count will remain at full at 3-2. And here's the pitch. A swing and a miss there by Beard as he goes down swinging. So at the end of 1.5, it is the Twins 1 and the BJs 0. You're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
From the sea, come to you. I heard the laughing. Come from the sea, come to you. I'm someone like you. Na 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 na. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. And I'm going to Wichita.
Learn more at visitwichita.com.
And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Leading off for the Derby Twins will be the shortstop number 3, Ryan McNully. The Twins this afternoon, are wearing black jerseys with red helmets and gray bottoms, as the liberal Kansas BJs have their red jerseys on today with blue lettering and white numbers. Also white pants with red socks and white hats here today. So here's the pitch by Bost, missing for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes to Ryan McNally is up there, shortstop for the Derby Twins. As McNally is appeared now in 5 games as the Derby Twins had came out of the first week. And he's batting .400. He's been up the plate 15 times, has 6 hits, 5 runs scored, 3 RBIs, 1 base on balls, and has been hit by the pitch 4 times. Call strike 3 for out number 1. It's going to bring up the third baseman, number 15, Mitchell Austin. Austin has appeared in 2 games, has been up the plate 5 times, has 2 hits, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and 2 base on balls. Also struck out 1 time and has 2 stolen bases. He's batting .400. That ball hit to the second baseman. Holdren goes to first for out number 2. So a 4-3 put out for the second out will bring up the catcher, number 22, Quentin Albrecht. Albrecht has appeared in 2 ball games, pinch hitting as he's 0 for 3. First pitch to Albrecht is called strike 1. Once again, we are in the bottom half of the second inning. If you just now join us, the score, the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal BJ 0. Out one missing for ball 1. That will take the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Low for ball 2 now. Defensively for Liberal at first base is Ward. Holdren at second. There's a ball lifted into center field as Serdasnik backs up, makes the catch for out number 3. So at the end of 2 innings of plays, the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal BJ 0. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
No one should live a life burdened with type 1 diabetes. And the day is coming when nobody will, because we're here to cure it. And we're working to improve the lives of those affected by this relentless disease today by finding new therapies and advancing them to market, by advocating for greater access and better choices, by deepening our understanding of the disease. At JDRF, we're fighting T1D. We're making life better for those who live with it while creating a world without it.
And we welcome you back as we go to the top half of the third inning here at X Stadium. The score is 1-0 in favor of the Derby Twins. And leading off for the BJs will be the third baseman, number 2, Jordan Williams. Williams did play in the first game as he was 1 for 4. Batting .250 here for Liberal. And there's sound at the horn, but clock pitch ran out, which woke Brock. Ball hit to the first baseman, the pitcher goes to first for out number 1 as Hammond fielded that and went to Bundy for the out. So 1-3 is the play for out number 1. We'll bring up the shortstop, number 12, Eden Shepherdson. Shepherdson is from Round Rock, Texas. 6'1", 190 pounders. Atlanta Community College, where he's a sophomore. That ball hits the second baseman. Green goes over to Bundy for out number 2. So a 4-3 put out. It is now in the books, and that will bring up the center fielder number 14, Shane Serdashny. As this is Serdashny's second time up at the plate, as he struck out in the first inning. That one missing for ball 2, as that was low and inside. Once again, Serdashny's 0 for 1 here in this ball game, was 1 for 3 in the first game, as he's batting .333. Swing and a miss there by Serdashny, and the now count will go to 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball hit into over the shortstop's head, McNully, and that going to go clear to the fence in the gap there. And stopping at second base will be Serdashny as he records his first hit here in the ball game. A double, a line shot over the shortstop's head, which found the gap at about 375 and rode all the way to the wall. Serdashny pulled it up at second base. And that will bring up the left fielder, number 41, Tristan Stacy. So now we do have a runner at second base with 2 down here in the top half of the third inning, as the tying run now is at second base. Pitch to Stacy, missing outside at 79 miles an hour from Hammond. Here's the pitch, missing outside for ball 2. If you missed the first game, it was a game day Colorado, winning 8-0 over Hayesville in 8 innings. And here in this ball game, it's 1-0 in favor of Derby. Second run rule that I know of that we've had here in the tournament. That one also was in 8 innings, and it was 8-0. That one in there for strike 1. So the count will now go to 3 balls and 1 strike to Tristan Stacy, who's playing left field here for Liberal today. We have the home run derby coming up at the conclusion of this game. And then that will be followed by our feature game at 7 o'clock between the Santa Barbara defending champions, the Santa Barbara, California Forsters, and the Great Bend, Kansas Batcats. Now coming up to the plate will be the right fielder, number 9, Connor Emmett, as Stacy reaches on a walk. So now we have runners at first and second with 2 down. And here's Hammond's pitch. That missing for ball 1 up high. Hammond has now thrown 41 pitches. He has 24 strikes and 17 balls. Here's Hammond's pitch. Swing and a miss there by Connor Emmett. At an 88 mile an hour fastball thrown by Jake Hammond. Once again, Connor Emmett up at the plate with 2 down. Swing and a miss there by Emmett. And that one was recorded at 90 miles an hour, as count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball hit over second baseman, shortstop McNully backing up, making the catch out in short center field for out number 3. So at the end of 2.5 innings of play, it is the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal BJs 0. And you're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm KSN Storm Track 3 meteorologist Taylor Cox. Today, it's going to be a great day to be out at the ball game. 87 is our high today, not too cool, not too warm. We have a small chance for some sprinkles this afternoon, but for the most part, we will be staying dry. 76 in the evening hours and 68 overnight. We're going to be keeping those clouds around through most of the day, but we're going to see enough sun. You're going to want your sunscreen. Have a great day at the ball game.
And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. And leading off for the Derby Twins will be the second baseman, number 16, Thomas Green. Once again, this game is between the visiting team here today, the Liberal Kansas BJs, and the Derby Kansas Twins. The home team. If you're just now joining us, Derby is wearing black jerseys with the red helmets and gray pants. And the Liberal BJs are in the red jerseys with blue lettering and white numbers with white pants and red socks, the majority of them. The count is 1-1 now to Thomas Green. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss there by Green, as the count goes to 1-2 now. That one missing outside. A check swing there by Green. And the field first base umpire says no, he did not go. So that will even up the count now at 2-2. And that one getting away from the catcher. So the count will go full as that one was outside. Count goes full now to 3-2. And call strike 3 as Thomas Green goes down looking for out number 1. That will bring up the center fielder, number 11, Dorian Jenkins. Jenkins is a left-handed batter from Marietta, Georgia. He's a 5'8", 165 pounders, where he's a junior out of Alabama, Huntsville. Boss pitch is called strike 1. Call strike 2 now to Jenkins. Jenkins batting .444. He's appeared in 3 ball games here in the World Series. Once again, Derby was in the first week. Swing and a miss there by Jenkins as he goes down swinging for the second strikeout here in this inning. That will bring up the left fielder, number 5, Jarrett Coyne. Coyne batting .217 as he's appeared in 5 ball games, been up to bat 23 times, has 5 hits and 1 run scored. Coyne is a right-handed batter from Sterling, Michigan, who's a 5'10", 175 pounders. He's a junior at Alma. No balls, 2 strikes now to Jarrett Coyne. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off by Coyne. It's Again, Coyne playing left field here today for the Derby Twins. As we have 2 down. Bost struck out 2 here in the third inning and has recorded 4 strikeouts so far for the ball game. Here's the pitch missing outside as the catcher Beard had set up outside, trying to get Coyne to chase one there. The count will go now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down. Swing and a miss there by Coyne. And Riley Bost has struck out the side. Looks like he's finally get into a little rhythm. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
What do you see? I'll tell you what I don't see. I don't see a dropout. I don't see laid off. I don't see hopeless. I see our future, bright and prosperous. What do you see?
Well, we welcome you back to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series. As we go to the top half of the 4th inning, the score is 1-0 in favor of the Derby Twins over the Liberal BJs. Derby drew blood first here in the ball game, as Jenkins had reached on a base on balls, was sacrificed over to second base by the second batter, Coyne. And then getting a base hit was Bundy, the third batter up in the first inning. And he's got a base hit and an RBI. That's the only score that we have so far. Leading off the top half of the 4th inning is first baseman number 18, Cade Ward. That one fouled off for strike 2. Ward is 0 for 1 here in the ball game, and once he came in 1 for 4 for the World Series. That one missing outside for ball 1. As the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Hammond's pitch. That one's going to be fouled off to the right-hand side, just over the Liberal BJ's bullpen. So the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, our feature game. We are, after the conclusion of this game, we'll have a home run derby. That ball hit right down the line, but just foul by Ward. He could have missed that by about 2 feet there. If that. So the count will stay the same at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, we'll have a home run derby here this afternoon. And then at 7 o'clock, our feature game will be, both teams come in at 1-0, as this will be their second game. Count is full now at 3-2. And here's the pitch. That one hit right back up the middle. Shortstop McNully moves to his left, goes to first for out number 1. So a 6-3 put out for the first out. That will bring up the designated hitter number 39, that is Cade Brewer. Brewer struck out his first time at the plate as he made the second out of the inning in the second inning. Here's Hammond's pitch hitting the outside corner for strike one. That one had a changeup at 81 miles an hour. Took something off that pitch. That one hitting the outside corner also at 79 miles an hour as he goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Here's Hammond's pitch. A fastball at 91 miles an hour. That ball popped up into the infield. Shortstop finally makes the catch. Looked like Austin was going to get it there at the last second, and he backed off as McNally stepped in front to make the catch for out number 2. The shortstop. That will bring up the second baseman, number 6, Brandon Holdren. As we have 2 down here, now in the top half of the 4th inning. And here's Hammond's pitch. Swing and a miss there by Holdren. As Holdren is 1 for 1 here in the ball game. And he came in the first game, was 1 for 4. Ball hit into the infield to the left side. Shortstop backing up, which is McNally. Coyne calls him off in left field, makes the catch for out number 3. So at the end of 3.5, it is the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal BJ 0. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning for the Derby Twins. Leading off will be the first baseman, number 7, Justin Bundy. The score is 1-0 in favor of Derby, as they scored 1 run in the bottom half of the first inning. So far, the line for Liberal is no runs on 3 hits and no errors. And for the Derby Twins, it's 1 run on 1 hit and no errors. Once again, Justin Bundy is 1 for 1 here in the ball game. He came in batting 4 for 20 as the Derby Twins are coming out of that first week. That one bouncing out in front and getting Beard in the chest area. Looks like he's okay. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes. That one missing outside for ball 2. Boss couldn't find the strike zone there in the first inning, but he has settled down as he struck out the side in the last inning, in the 3rd inning. That ball lifted into center field. So Dashney started backing up, and all of a sudden he stopped, came in to make the catch for out number 1. That will bring up the designated hitter, number 25, Colton Whitehouse. Whitehouse is 0 for 1 here in the ball game, but came into the ball game batting 9 for 20, batting .450. That one hit to the second baseman. And now we have 2 down. So now batting for the Twins will be the right fielder, number 35, Brett Gonzalez. As Whitehouse goes down 4-3 for the second out. That one fouled off by Gonzalez. So the count is no balls, 1 strike. They had a qualifier for the home run derby the other day, was not able to be here for it. That one also fouled off by Gonzalez, so he goes down on no balls to 2 strikes. So I'm not exactly sure who all has qualified, but my understanding they were supposed to have at least 2 players from each team trying to qualify. There's a swing and a miss there by Gonzalez as he goes down swinging for out number 3. So at the end of 4 innings to play, it is the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal Kansas BJs 0. We'll be right back as you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back to the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Westar Energy. As we go to the top half of the 5th inning, the score is the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal Kansas BJs 0. Once again, we are now in the top half of the 5th inning as Jake Hammond starts his 5th inning of work, and leading off for the BJs will be the catcher, number 20, Trevor Beard. The first pitch hits in front of home plate, will be ball 1 to Beard. Beard comes in this game is 0 for 1, as this is his first ball game here in the World Series. That one missing outside. So the count now is 2 balls and no strikes. Jordan Williams on deck, and Aiden Shepherdson in the hole. There's a hard hit ball into center field. Jenkins backing up and making the catch as he takes about 2-3 steps and runs into the wall, but he hangs on to it for out number 1. Looked like Jenkins kind of wasn't sure exactly where that was going because he backed up a little bit, and then all of a sudden he had to take off, and that's what that momentum got him to run right into the wall after making the catch. So there is 1 down. Brings up the third baseman, number 2, Jordan Williams. So nice play there by Jenkins out in center field. First pitch to Williams is ball 1. As Williams is 0 for 1 here in the ball game, as he grounded out to the pitcher in the 3rd inning. But Williams was 1 for 4 in the previous game. That one calls strikes. So the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Hammond's throwing a 78-mile-an-hour for a strike. 2-2 now, the count to Jordan Williams. Here's Hammond's pitch. Ball hit to the second baseman. Green moves to his right, goes across, throws for out number 2. So a 4-3 put out for the second out. That will bring up the shortstop number 12, Aiden Shepherdson. As he is 0 for 1 here in this ball game. As he grounded out to the second baseman. As he made the second out in the third inning. Another ball hit to the second baseman, and the second baseman bobbles the ball, but does come and picks it up and goes to first in time for out number 3. So a 4-3 put out. At the end of 4.5, it is the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal BJs 0. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
Learn from the sea, come to you. I heard the laughing. Learn from the sea, come to you. I'm someone like you. Na 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 na. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. And I'm going to Wichita.
Learn more at visitwichita.com.
And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer. The score is 1-0 in favor of the Derby Twins. Leading off for the Twins will be the shortstop, number 3, Ryan McNully. Don't forget to share this telecast on YouTube or on Facebook, because we are broadcasting these games on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. That one missing outside for ball 2. Say Bost has settled down now as the first inning. He faced 5 batters and couldn't throw a strike, but now he has gone 1, 2, 3 innings in a row, as he has now thrown 53 pitches, has 30 strikes and 23 balls. Count is 3-0 though, and he's going to walk the first batter. As I said, he settled down. He walks the next batter. And that will bring up the third baseman, number 15, Mitchell Austin. So now there's a runner on at first base with no outs here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. There's a bunt attempt by Austin. Gets past the catcher, and McNally will move to second base. That was a ball to Austin, as he had his bat out but brought it back, and once again that got right by Beard, who's catching here today for the Liberal BJs. So now we have a runner at second with no outs, and most likely Austin will be trying to move him over to third base here. So either a bunt or a ball hit to the right side. Now the bunt is attempted, but it is fouled. So that will take the count now to 1 ball and 1 strike. And we'd like to welcome Anthony Gorges, who's watching. He's my play-by-play announcer as we do the KGSO games on KGSO. Like to welcome him to the telecast. Hope you enjoy. By the way, he's a young kid that does a great job on KGSO. Got a chance to host the game plan that they have from 6 to 9 with him a couple of days, and really enjoyed working with him. got great passion for this industry, and I hope he does well. Is fouled off there by Austin as the count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, runner at second base with no outs as we are in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The score 1-0. But the Derby Twins do have a runner in scoring position here in the bottom half of the 5th. Those pitch that's swing and a miss there by Austin as he goes down for out number 1. That will bring up the catcher number 22, Quentin Albrecht. And that is the 7th strikeout by Boast. So Riley Boast doing really well for the Liberal BJs. Like I said, the first inning, the first couple batters, I should say, he was just having a hard time. That ball hits the first baseman. Ward goes unassisted for out number 2. But moving over to third base is Ryan McNully on the play. And that will bring up the second baseman, number 16, Thomas Green. So Green looking for a base hit, or I should say Derby looking for a base hit or a pass ball of any kind to score that runner from third base. And, of course, Liberal BJs are looking for the third out here to get out of the inning. And here's the pitch missing for ball 2 now to Thomas Green, who is 0 for 1 here in the ball game. And he came in batting 4 for 11, batting .363. And here's the pitch. That one missing inside, so he falls behind now 3-0. Same thing he did with McNully to get him on the base paths here as he threw 4 straight balls to McNully. And here's the pitch. That one missing. Oh, called strike 1, my bad. A little premature there as that hit the outside corner right across the letters. So the count now goes to 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 down. Runner at third base. There's call strike 2, and that time it was right across the knees. Green was trying to sell that as a ball. So the count will go full now at 3-2. Swing and a miss there by Green as he goes down swinging. So at the end of 5 innings of play, it is the Derby Twins 1 and the Liberal BJs 0. You're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. The score 1-0 in favor of the Derby Twins. And leading off for Liberal At the top of the lineup, be the center fielder, number 14, Shane Serdashny. And Serdashny is 1 for 2 here in the ball game. Struck out the first time in the first inning, and then had a double in the third inning, but was left stranded at second base. First pitch is called strike one, and here's Hammond's pitch. That one just missing low. So the count will even up now at 1-1 strike. Hammond in his sixth inning of work. Ball hit to the shortstop. McNully goes over to Bundy for out number 1 at first base. So a 6-3 put out for out number 1. That will bring up the left fielder, number 41, Tristan Stacy, who is 1 for 1 here in the ball game, as he got a base hit in the first inning. And also had a stolen base. That one, Stacy will end up at first base here, and we'll see how they record this. Looks like it is going to be an error on the shortstop. So Stacy will be on at first. Now batting will be the right fielder, number 9, Connor Emmett. And Stacy there in the first inning got to second base on a stolen base, but then came off the bag and was tagged out. That one was fouled off by Emmett, as he is 0 for 2 here in the ball game, as he has flown out to the shortstop twice. And there's another ball hit to the left-hand side. Third baseman Austin and left fielder Coyne going for it, but it is out of play. So the count now goes to no balls, 2 strikes, with 1 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. We do have a runner on at first base as Stacy reached on an error to the shortstop. And here's the pitch. That ball hit to the left side. That may be in for a gapper. That is going clear to the fence here. And that's going to be extra bases. Coming around third base is Tristan Stacy, and that will tie up the ball game on a double by Connor Emmett to down the left field line. So Emmett records his first hit of the game, a double and an RBI. That is an unearned run as Stacy reached on an error. And coach comes out to talk to Derby. Pitcher, Jake Hammond. And there's nobody out in the bullpen warming up, so I'm sure that's just to reassure him that everything's okay. The game's tied up. Just get the outs. So once again, Tristan Stacy scores from first base as Emmett hits a double and an RBI. Brings up number 18, Cade Ward. He lifts that into the right field. And right fielder Gonzalez makes the catch for out number 2. And Gonzalez fires that ball towards third base, cut off by the shortstop. So Emmett cannot go anywhere. That will bring up the designated hitter, number 39, Cade Brewer. Count is 1 ball, no strike now to Brewer. And here's Hammond's pitch. That missing high at 88 miles an hour fastball. So now we'll take the count to 2 balls, no strikes. 1-1 is the score, as the Liberal BJs have just tied the ball game up here in the top half of the 6th inning. That one missing also for ball 3. First base is unoccupied, so it won't really hurt Hammond much if he does put him on. That will make it a forced play at any base. That one over for ball 4. So Brewer will be on at first base on a base on balls. And that will bring up the second baseman, number 6, Brandon Holdren. Holdren is 1 for 2 here in the ball game, as he got a single in the second inning and was left stranded at first base after Beard struck out to make the third out. Here's Hammond's pitch in there for strike 1 at 89 mile an hour fastball. Hammond's pitch. Catcher tried to frame that one there, but umpire said it was just inside, so the count will even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, we have runners at first and second with 2 down. That one fouled off the foot of Holdren, so the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's awful hot here in Wichita. I can see a lot of fans that are fanning themselves, and I think basically what it is the humidity. Humidity is really terrible here this time of year. Swing and a miss there by Holdren as he makes the third out. So at the end of 5 1/2, the score tied up at 1 apiece, and you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer. Leading off for the Derby Twins will be the center fielder, number 11, Dorian Jenkins. Correction, looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter now for Derby. Looks like it's going to be number 4, Jackson Hardy. Jackson Hardy now pinch hitting for Dorian Jenkins as we start the bottom half of the 6th inning. And Dorian Jenkins, Harding. Jackson Harding batting 130 as he's been up the plate 23 times, has 3 hits, scored 4 runs. He does have 1 home run with 5 RBIs. Count is 0 balls, 2 strikes now to Hardy. A hard hit ball into left field, but the left fielder just took a step to his left, making the catch for out number 1. That will bring up the left fielder, number 5, Jarrett Coyne. First pitch to Coyne is ball 1. As we are in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Score tied up at 1 apiece if you're just now joining us. Once again, we thank you very much for watching this broadcast. Don't forget to share. Swing and a miss there by Coyne. That will take the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 down here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Last pitch is fouled off by Coyne. So the count stays the same at 1 and 2. Call strike 3 as Coyne looks at the 3rd strike go by for the 2nd out. That will bring up the first baseman, number 7, Justin Bundy. And Boss just recorded the 9th strikeout here in the ball game for him. There's a ball hit into the gap. That's going to go clear to the wall. It goes off a 1 bounce and played nicely there is Sir Dashney. And in with a double is Justin Bundy as there is still 2 down here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. But now the go-ahead run is at second base as Bundy records his 2nd hit of the ball game. That will bring up the designated hitter, number 25, Colton Whitehouse. That missing outside nut gets away from the catcher. Move it over to third base will be Bundy. That will be a wild pitch, I'm sure. And official scorer, Hall of Famer Michael Dean, puts up the WP for all media to see. So now a runner at third base. Ball hit hard up the middle. That's going to be in for a base hit. So Whitehouse does exactly what he needs to do as Bundy will score from third base. And now the Derby Twins retake the lead 2-1 on a hit by Bundy and an RBI. Correction by Whitehouse, and Bundy scores from third base. That's going to bring up the right fielder, number 35, Brett Gonzalez. That one missing for ball 1. So the Derby Twins scored first in the bottom half of the first inning to make it 1-0, and it stayed like that until the 6th inning. The top half of the 6th, when the Liberal BJs tied the ball game at 1 apiece, and here in the bottom half of the 6th, Derby scores another run to make it 2-1. If you're just now joining us, right now the line reads for Liberal, 1 run on 4 hits, no errors. And for Derby, they have scored 1 run on 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Missing for ball 3. So 3-0 now to Brett Gonzalez, the right fielder for the Derby Twins. Ball 4 to Gonzalez. So now we'll have runners at first and second. And here comes Coach to talk to Riley Bust. And nobody really warming up out in right field where Liberals bullpen is at now. Somebody does get up as I speak. Looks like it's a right-handed for Liberal. I believe it's number 4, Trevor Pruitt, has just now started to warm up. So now coming up to the plate will be the shortstop, number 3, Ryan McNally. As one run has been scored here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, as Derby has retaken the lead 2-1. They'll have runners at first and second now with 2 down. And McNally first pitch to him is called strike 1. Gonzalez at first base, Whitehouse at second. And that calls strike to McNally. The count will now go even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Correction, that is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. So here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And McNally goes down swinging. But at the end of 6 innings of play, it is the Derby Twins 2 and the Liberal BJs 1. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
Neck pain, back pain, all kinds of sprains. If your knee replacement aches when it starts to rain, at Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. Concussions, arthritis, carpal tunnel, tooth, fibromyalgia, Parkinson's, we've got the treatment for you. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. One-on-one sessions with a personal touch. Ask our thousands of patients why they love us so much. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that.
And we welcome you back here to the 85th National Baseball Congress Bowl Series, powered by West Star Energy. As we go to the top half of the 7th inning, and it looks like we will be having a new pitcher for Derby. I believe that new pitcher is number 26. Hornia, Caleb, from Queen Creek, Arizona. He's a 6 foot, 195 pounder. He's a junior out of Northwest Oklahoma State. So he'll be coming in relief, and I'll give you the final numbers for Hammond. First batter he'll be facing is the catcher, number 20, Trevor Beard. Ball hit to the shortstop. McNally goes to first for out number 1. So a 6-3 put out for the first out. And that will bring up the third baseman, number 2, Jordan Williams. Williams is 0 for 2 here in the ball game. As he grounded out to the pitcher and then grounded out to the second baseman in the 5th inning. No balls, 1 strike now to Williams. Call strike 2. And that one missing for ball 1, so that will take the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once again, both these two teams out of the D pool, trying to get their first victory. One of them will. That ball hit to the third baseman. Austin moves to his left, goes to Bundy at first for out number 2. So a 5-3 put out. As that is the second out of the inning here in the top half of the 7th inning. That brings up the shortstop number 12, Aiden Shepherdson. Shepherdson is 0 for 2 here in the ball game. Has grounded out to the second baseman twice. Infield playing deep up the middle as the shortstop and the second baseman are on the grass area. And the first and third baseman, or at least 3/4 of the way in the dirt area or the dark carpet. This is a carpet field, or turf field, I should say. The only dirt area is the pitcher's mound. 3-0 now the count to Shepherdson. And here's the pitch. That one, ball 4. That was an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. So Shepherdson will be on at first base on a walk. And that will bring up the center fielder number 14, Shane Serdashny. Serdashny is 1 for 3 here in the ball game as he recorded a double. That ball lifted into left field. A left fielder, Coyne, moves to his left, makes the catch for out number 3. So at the end of 6.5 innings of play, it is the Twins 2 and the BJs 1. And you're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
The Kansas Humane Society is a community resource for pets and people dedicated to enhancing the welfare of all companion animals. We offer an array of services that promote the human and animal bond, including pet adoption, dog training, behavior consultation, pet supplies, outreach, spay and neuter, end-of-life services, field trips, and community outreach.
And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. And it looks like the Liberal BJs will have a new pitcher. That is Trevor Pruitt from Peoria, Arizona. He's a 5'11", 165-pounder from UTA, where he's a freshman. Now, I'll give you the final numbers for Riley Boast. As he ends up going 6 innings, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 base on balls, and had a total of 10 strikeouts as he faced 24 batters. And I believe I forgot to do that for the Twins. Hammond, I will do that now. He went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, no earned runs, 2 base on balls, and had a total of 4 strikeouts as he faced 24 batters. So now leading off in the bottom half of the 7th inning for Derby will be the third baseman, number 15, Mitchell Austin. And Pruitt's first pitch is called ball 1. That one hitting the outside corner on the left-handed batter, Mitchell Austin. So that will even up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Pretty good pace here to this ball game. As we are in the bottom half of the 7th inning. That one change up at 72 miles an hour and hits the corner as the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Trevor Pruitt now on in relief for the Liberal BJs. That one hit into left field. Shortstop backing up. But coming in to make the play is Stacy in left field for out number 1. That will bring up the catcher number 22, Quentin Albrecht. Albrecht is 0 for 2 here in the ball game. Looking for his first hit here in the World Series as he was 0 for 3 in the first game. That one missing outside, an 89-mile-an-hour fastball by Pruitt. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes. 1 down here in the bottom half of the 7th inning as the Derby Twins lead 2-1 in a close ball game. That one also missing inside for ball 2. Let's get our next ball game that won't start till 7 o'clock tonight. It'll be the defending champions, the Santa Barbara, California Forsters, as they will be facing the Great Bend, Kansas Batcats. Once again, that will be our feature game here this evening. Todd Hook will have the play-by-play. That one missing high for ball 4. So going to first base now will be Quentin Albrecht as he reaches on a base on balls. And that will bring up the second baseman, number 16, Thomas Green. I was telling you earlier that Anthony Gorges is on vacation, and there's a penalty. Penalty ball 1 is the call to the pitcher as the horn went off. We do have a pitch clock, 20 seconds. As soon as the pitcher grabs the ball in the circle area, they're supposed to start the clock. There's ball hit into center field. Center fielder Sardashny makes the catch for out number 2. Anyway, he went fishing, I believe, with his family. Have not heard whether he's caught anything yet or not, but he'll be back on Monday night. But we'll be back on the broadcast on Tuesday, I believe. So looking forward to seeing him and hopefully making some more calls with him. Like I say, he's a young kid that really has taken the passion to the announcing, and he's been doing all the KGSO broadcasts the first week of the NBC World Series, but had to take out of town over the weekend. So looking forward to working with him again. I do want to hear the fish stories that he's got when he gets back. That one getting away from the catcher, and the count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. Now to Jackson Harding, who's playing center field now for the Derby Twins. 2 down here. And there is a runner at first base, Albrecht, who reached on a base on balls. And the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike now to Jackson Harding. That one missing outside for ball 4. So 2 walks here in the inning by Trevor Pruitt. Has now put runners at first and second with 2 down. And they'll bring up the left fielder, number 5, Jarrett Coyne. As Derby looks to get some insurance runs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. There's now a runner in scoring position at second base. Call strike 1, a 75 mile an hour. That hits the outside corner for strike number 1. So we hope you're enjoying the telecast on YouTube or Facebook Live, as this year we're doing both. We'd like to thank our technician, Chris Worrell, for working that out. Like to see how he did that, because I do some broadcasts for play-by-play for the Newton Rebels, and we would love to do something like that next year. Maybe we can talk him into showing us how to do it. That one missing high for ball 1, so the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Jarrett Coyne. Albrecht is at second base and Hardy at first. Both reach on base on balls here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 2-1 the score in favor of the Derby Twins. That one into the ground, and that will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brock Kappelman right to my left booth, doing the games for the Liberal BJs. I've met Brock many years ago and just enjoy listening to him and the work that he does. That ball hit the third baseman, will go unassisted at third for the 3rd out. So at the end of 7 innings of play, it is the Derby Twins 2 and the Liberal BJs 1. You're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcitykansas.com, and we will be right back.
Man, this is serious business. You got to have an appetite for this kind of thing. You got to have a hunger to succeed.
Side effects may include hilarity, laughter, smiles, childlike behavior, lots of good feelings, and making of a lifelong friend.
Mentoring. It's easier than you think and serious fun. Change the game.
And we welcome you back as we go to the top half of the 8th inning. Caleb Honia working his 2nd inning of work. And he'll be facing the left fielder, number 41, Tristan Stacy. On deck is Emmett and Ward in the hole. So Tristan Stacy now up here in the top half of the 8th inning. And we have a penalty, strike 1 is the call against Stacy. Once again, I start telling you about that 20-second clock, but in between innings, there is a 90-second clock. So the 90 seconds ran out, and what happens to happen is the batter has to be in the batter box within the last 5 seconds. If not, it will be a strike against the batter. If the pitcher does not throw the ball, or start a delivery, I should say, and the horn sounds, then it will be a ball awarded to the batter and against the pitcher. The count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Now to Stacy. That check swing there by Stacy, and that was high for ball 3. So 3-1 the count. Liberal needs a base runner here as they are down 2-1 here in the top half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss there by Stacy, and that will take the count now to full at 3-2. So far, the Liberal BJs have only left 5 runners on base, 1 in the second at first base, and then 2 in the third at first and second, and then 2 in the sixth, also runners at first and second. So Stacy will reach on a base on balls, exactly what the Liberal BJs are looking for. That will bring up the right fielder, number 9, Connor Emmett, and he squares around a bunt. A great bunt as he bunts that towards second base. Don't know why the first baseman went after it, but that left the first base unoccupied. That was going to be a tough play for the pitcher as Connor Emmett was hustling down the baseline, and looked like the second baseman, Green, was going to be able to get to that, but did not call him off, and Bundy hustled to his right, but by the time he got the ball, there was nobody at first base, but the pitcher was heading that direction. So now runners at first and second. The ball hit right back to the pitcher, goes to third, and it's going to be a forced play. Great job there by Hornia as he has a put out at third base. So Stacy is out. So now we have runners at first and second, and the put out is 1-5 for out number 1. That will bring up the designated hitter, number 39, Cade Brewer. Let's get Emmett laying a bunt down for a hit, and then Ward laying a bunt down. But was thrown out at third base, Stacy was. So Ward reaches on a fielder's choice. That one missing high for ball 2 to Cade Brewer. As Brewer is looking for his first hit here in the ball game. He is 0 for 2. He's been up the bat 3 times, but reached on a base on balls in the 6th inning. Struck out in the second and flew out to the shortstop in the 4th. There's a check swing, but called strike. So the count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike now to Cade Brewer. Holdren on deck. And Beard in the hole with runners at first and second, and 1 down here in the top half of the 8th inning. Count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cade Brewer. Here's the pitch. That breaking ball in there for strike 3. What a great pitch as he took something off of that, and at 75 miles an hour across the inside of the plate for the second out. It's going to bring up the second baseman, number 6, Brandon Holdren. You could tell that kind of frees Brewer as he kind of turned away from it just a little bit, and it broke right in there across the plate. Here's the pitch to Holdren. Holdren is 1 for 3 here today as he got a base hit in the 2nd inning. Was left stranded at first base. That pitch missing high for ball 2. That one was at 85 miles an hour fastball that just missed. So once again, Emmett at second, Ward at first with 2 down. That one called strike. So the count will now go to 2 balls and 1 strike. Here in the top half of the 8th inning. There is the tying run, swing and a miss there by Holdren. That will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So I was just getting ready to say the tying run is at second base as the Derby Twins lead 2-1 here in the top half of the 8th inning. The go-ahead run at first, and there's the pitch to Holder, and that one is fouled off right back underneath me, and don't have long enough arms to get to that one. I thought it was going to come right into my window here, but just underneath me. So the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Brock Keppelman leaning out the window now, swing and a miss there by Holdren. And Nunez strikes out the last 2 batters, so the end of 7.5, it is the Derby Twins 2 and the Liberal BJs 1. And you're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
I'm Terry Bradshaw. Like many of you, I took the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge back in 2014. My man Pat Quinn here, well, he's one of the founders.
Thanks to all of you who took the challenge.
ALS is a nasty disease with no cure. It robs a person of their ability to walk, talk, and breathe. Since the Ice Bucket Challenge, we've discovered new ALS genes and potential treatments. If we can cure ALS, we can cure anything. Please join me and Pat in the fight against ALS.
And we welcome you back to the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Westar Energy. Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The score, the Derby Twins 2 and the Liberal BJs 1. Leading off for the Twins will be the first baseman, number 7, Justin Bundy. There's a hard hit ball into right field. That's going to be in for extra bases as that's going to get clear back to the wall. The right fielder, Emmett, makes the play, but not going to be able to get him out at second base, and Bundy is in with a stand-up double, as that is his 3rd hit of the ball game and the 2nd double in a row for Justin Bundy, as he got the double in the 6th inning and scored a run. That will bring up the designated hitter, number 25, Colton Whitehouse. Will now be up. He also got a base hit to score Bundy in the 6th inning, as Bundy was on with a double and then went to third base on a wild pitch. And then Whitehouse had a base hit with the RBI. Here's the pitch. He scores around a bunt. That was about eye level. He pulls back, so the count is 1 ball, no strikes. Didn't see what the miles per hour was on that fastball, but that seemed like it had a lot of heat behind it. The first baseman now coming in, squaring around the bunt once again, is Whitehouse. And that one was at 88 miles an hour, but that was high, so the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes now to Whitehouse. And he does square around the bunt. Pruitt has only one play, and that is over to first base as Bundy moves over to third base on that sacrifice by Whitehouse. So 1-3 put out. And that will bring up the right fielder, number 35, Brett Gonzalez. And I've covered the Sunflower League this year, and I knew that that bunt was going to be laid down as Derby plays a lot of small ball, gets guys in scoring positions, and called a lot of games against the Derby Twins. They have some really good bunters on that team. First pitch was a ball. There was a swing and a miss there by Gonzalez. Looked like he was, looks like on that swing, the catcher got a bat to the neck area. So must have been after he came back around because he's holding his neck area. And Via Christie is furnishing our athletic trainers. We thank them very much. So we'll take just a small pause here as catcher Trevor Beard looks like he got hit with the bat. All right, we're back to play here. There's plenty of little respect here, and our staff is dancing it up. So I put my camera up, my phone up, by pretending like I was recording, and they all just started laughing and quit their dancing. All right, count is 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out, a runner at third base. That hitting the outside corner will even up the count now at 2-2. Once said, Brett Gonzalez up at the plate. We have McNally on deck. And the infield playing in to try to get the out at home plate. Ball hit to the third baseman. Third baseman looks him back and goes to first base for out number 2. Well played there by the Liberal BJs. That's exactly what kind of a ball you want when you're playing that close in. Because if anything is hit hard on a line shot, that's definitely going to be a base hit. But this time the ball was hit into the turf and took 1 bounce to the third baseman, Williams. As I say, he looked back Bundy at third base and then went to first for the second out. So a 5-3 put out. And that will bring up the shortstop, number 3, Ryan McNally. The score 2-1 in favor of Derby as we are in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Pruitt's pitch missing for ball 1. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to McNally. So McNally has 0 for 3 in the ball, 0 for 2 in the ball game as he has 2 strikeouts and a base on balls. But he is 6 for 15 for the World Series as the Derby Twins came out of the first week. Into the championship week here. That one missing high for ball 2, so that will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, Bundy started off this inning with a double, was sacrificed over by Whitehouse. And Gonzalez grounded out to the third baseman as the infield was in. So that we have 2 down and Bundy standing at third base. But they need this run across for an insurance run, I'm sure they're thinking. And that's the way they played it so far. They just need to finish it up. But, of course, the Liberal BJs are trying to get out of the inning. That one missing for ball 4. So Ryan McNally will be making his way to first base, as that is his second walk of the ball game. That will bring up the third baseman, number 15, Mitchell Austin. So now the infield is back. And once again, second baseman and the shortstop are both in the grass area, or the outline of the grass, I should say, in this turf. And here's the pitch. There goes McNally to second base, as nobody was really holding him on. Matter of fact, the catcher didn't even attempt to throw down, and the shortstop and second base were not even going to cover. So now we have runners at second and third with 2 down, as Liberals looking for that third out. That missing inside for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Mitchell Austin, who is 0 for 3 here in the ball game. Grounded out the second baseman, struck out in the 5th, and flew out to left field in the 7th inning as he made the first out. That one hitting the outside corner. Took something off of that at 73 miles an hour. And the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Twins up 2-1. And here's Pruitt's pitch. That one fouled off by Austin along the right-hand side. And it must be really humid out there, because I see a lot of fans sitting in the stands and trying to fan themselves. See, hardly any wind here. That one missing high for ball 2, so the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. See what the humidity is. Showing that the temperature is 87 degrees, but it feels like 92. Humidity is 55%. And they say the wind is 6 miles an hour out of the south-southeast. But our flag is barely moving out there on the pole. The count is full now at 3-2. With the first base occupied and runners at second and third, 2 down here in the bottom half of the 8th. And Trevor Pruitt's pitch. Check swing, call strike 3 by home plate umpire. And not agreeing was Mitchell Austin, but he did check swing that one. And that is the third out. So at the end of 8 innings of play, it is the Derby Twins 2 and the Liberal BJs 1. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back as we go to the top half of the 9th inning between the Liberal BJs and the Derby Twins. The score, the Derby Twins 2 and the BJs 1. Leading off top half of the 9th inning for the BJs will be the catcher number 20, Trevor Beard. First pitch, Morniez calls strike 1 as he hits the outside corner. Took something off of that one at 75 miles an hour, but was able to hit the corner. and gets the call. So no balls, one strike. Here in the top half ninth inning, a check swing there by Beard. And they check with the first base umpire, said he did not go, so the count will be 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Liberal BJs are down to their last at bat here, unless they can tie it up. There's a hard hit ball into left field. That may be gone. Looks like it's a foul ball as the third base umpire goes down the line. That was long enough to be a home run, but just went left of the foul pole. Boy, as soon as Trevor Beard, as a matter of fact, I almost said this. I said if one guy can tie the ball game up with one swing, that would be Trevor Beard. He just looks like he's got the power. That missing outside, so the count will even up now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He definitely got a hold of that one, just went left of the foul pole. Otherwise, this ball game would have been tied up. There's a hard hit ball into right field. The right fielder, Gonzalez, backs up, makes the catch for out number 1. It's going to bring up the third baseman, number 2, Jordan Williams. Williams looking for his first hit of the ball game, as he is 0 for 3 as he grounded out to the pitcher, grounded out to the second baseman, and grounded out to the third baseman in the 3rd, 5th, and the 7th inning. He squares around the bunt, lets go by, but umpire calls strike 1. So the count is no balls, 1 strike, as the Derby Twins are 2 outs away from going 1-1 and taking an advantage here in Pool D, like in dog. Liberal BJs came in with a 28-12 record. That one calls strike 2 as that hits the outside corner at 85-mile-an-hour fastball. And that count will now go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one hit on the handle. It looks like it's going to be played by first baseman Bundy. Makes the tag as Williams goes by for out number 2. So unassisted at first base for the second out. And that will bring up the shortstop, number 12, Aiden Shepherdson. So the Derby Twins now 1 out away from getting a victory here in championship week. And will even up their record at 1-1. That one calls strike 2, so we have no balls, 2 strikes, 1 strike away now. Check swing there, so the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. In Pool D, we got the Derby Twins, the Liberal BJs, the Lone Star Baseball Club, and the San Diego, California Stars. So Liberal, there's a ball hit into center field. The center fielder comes up, makes the play for out number 3. And that is the final out of the ball game as the Derby Twins defeat the Liberal Kansas BJs by the score of 2-1. So Derby will now move to 1-1 here in the Pool D. Liberal drops to 0-2, and they have already faced Lone Star, so they have 1 game left against the San Diego, California Stars. And Liberal drops to 0-2. And they have already played the Stars, so their game will be against the Lone Star Baseball Club out of Texas, who won their first game. So it's do or die here for Liberal. They're going to have to get a victory if they want to move on. They do take the top 3 teams from each pool. So we thank you very much for watching. We hope you have enjoyed it. Once again, we won't be back till 7 o'clock this evening. Enjoy the Home Run Derby. This is Frank Martinez. You've been listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. The final score, the Derby Twins 2 and the Liberal Kansas BJs 1. We'll see you at 7. Goodbye.